Hello, my name is Lawrence Tam, and we are now on Money, Part 4. Basically, my journey of understanding compensation plans, how you get paid, the businesses I've been through in terms of affiliate marketing and network marketing online, even offline too. And we're going into network marketing and the problems with squatters, people who go in just to take a position so they can get volume, but really there's nothing there for them, or they're trying to steal. Really, they're stealing production from those who really deserve it, right? Those who want to build businesses through their teams, through their family. I want to build businesses through my family, and if you stick them in the binary, it's very hard to build their other leg to get residual. That's not really real overflow. We want to get overflow for our families and our best producing leaders, but you can't do that if you have to keep helping them build their inside legs. So, and why unilevels is not really a good way because you want to build wide versus down. And once you rank advance, you kind of just say bye to everyone below or that were previous to you. The idea is building a residual based network marketing is really about residual based income. Residual based income basically is you do something, sell products and services, help your teams do that. They continue to spiral down into that. And the behavior is you want them to keep buying it, and you want your products and services to hold its own. Being, if some people don't want to sell the products and services, have them be consumers of it. And you do not just want your reps being the consumers. So, we will touch about that later, but we're talking about this physical money and why I feel I found something that I can help. Really, a lot of it was to my leaders, those who followed me for a very long time, and my family. So one of the things I really wanted to focus on was how can I help my family and how can I help my leaders. See, in my family being, they've been with me in a couple businesses, and we were trying to maximize the compensation plan, whatever it was, how to maximize it, how to get the most out of the compensation plan. Binaries just did not work for me because you build one leg, you still have to build their other leg. Not good. Unilevels didn't work so much either because once they rank advanced, they displace you. There's not as much money at that point. But it was better. Let me take it back. If I had to take the choice between the two scenarios, Unilevel, I think is an easy way to double dip, all right? Double dip being double dip into the commissions where you can kind of share some of the same volumes together. So your residuals, your monthly reoccurring customer purchases from services and products can be realized for the entire family. My brother, my sister, all that can be realized. And I wanted to help my leaders. I wanted to be able to give them something that they can make money and help their families make money, right? Their own groups. And really my goal was, can I help a good amount of people make $500 a month, right? $500 a month, I think was, a lot of people want 10K a month because to replace their job. I think 500 is a very good starting point because at 500 you can buy tools, you can start buying services, you can start really diving into different niche markets, understanding how to do SEO, how to do PPC, maybe even hire a mentor for $100 an hour. $500 is really good. Plus, it can pay for your car, it can pay for your bills, and it's not a total fix of the situation because maybe you want to get out of your job. Maybe you want to replace your wife's job. This isn't going to do it, but can I do this at the minimum? Or at least have the majority of the people who follow me, my family and my leaders, can they get to this level? A lot of it depends on the compensation plan and how it's paid out, okay? So one of the things, the things I wanted to defeat, I wanted to not see again, defeat was I didn't want squatters. I mean, squatters basically are those who come in and take positions and they just want something free. I'm not the government. No one should be, here you go for free. I'm not a charity. Charities, I donate all the time, but that's not what we're talking about. This is a business opportunity or ways to make money. You never, ever want squatters. And, I want to defeat the no upline issue. A lot of times people come in thinking, I want to join this leader because he can help me, but he really doesn't have a vested interest in you because he doesn't want to build in your leg. He doesn't want to build volume for you. He's building his other rank, stuff like that. I wanted to defeat that. Now, how can I do that and really focus on helping? because I want to help people, because I feel I'm in a position I can help. If I were to do my helping, whatever it may be, in a binary, I would be doing a disservice, because I would not be wanting to put people in a long leg, not the paid leg. I'd want in the paid leg, but then that's the shorter leg. There's less spillover. If I'm sponsoring 50 people a month, that's a little different, but how many people can do that? And how sustainable can it, how long can I do that? I don't know. What if the internet closes tomorrow, right? So I wanted to kind of mix all these factors together, helping my family and my leaders, but also defeating the mindset of freebies, squatters, people who want something for nothing, and being able to really give back to those who really want to invest in their business, right? That's the way it's duplicating. Because you want duplication for long-term success and really to get momentum. Momentum. See, that's what you want in business. You want something that just explodes, it grows. If you're in a position where you're trying to build a business and everyone's taking so long because they're learning forever, or they're in a compensation plan that doesn't lend itself to paying a lot of money because they have to match, or they're in a different room, or whatever the terminology is, they don't want to do that. So what I found was there's a company that does this. So it does this. It does three things. It does a leg 1, does a leg 2, does a leg 3. Now some might say, Lawrence, this is a binary. I thought you said you don't like binaries. No, let me take you back, okay? So let's say you do this. Let's say you're a stud. You bring in 50 people, okay? Let's say you bring in 50 people. So number 1, number 2, number 3 is right here. So that means you have 47 people left. In a traditional unilevel, you would have gone this way. You would have kept on going. In this unilevel, I'm going to call let's say the unilevel matrix. That's just my term. I don't even know how to explain it. I call it the unilevel matrix. That's just the way it helps me understand it. 47 people have to be within these 3 people. Somewhere. I can put 47 here, 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 or 10, 10, 27, or 20, 27, but they're going under these 3 people in some form or fashion. Okay? And so I was thinking, well, what if my wife was right here? Right? And what if she brought in like her girlfriend, right? And then her girlfriend brought in like one friend, right? And then I still had people left. Well, okay, let me give you 1, 2, 3 people, right? Because I like you. See, I see this. My wife sees this. My wife's friend sees this, and their friend sees this. They all see this compensation compression all the way up, right? To a certain level. I think it's like 5 levels. But it goes higher as your rank advance. But the behavior was, if I start putting volume down here, I can help everyone above. And there's no match. No match at all. So this person literally will see all this. This person will see 4. My wife will see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people in their volume due to me putting 3 below and their friends, right? So even if she were to go ahead and start breaking off, and this person did their thing, right, and it just kept going and going, right? Who knows what happens? My wife will see. See, my wife sees all of that, all of this, and so I wanted to term this the double dip. The double dip. What does that mean? I have to place people anyways. Why not I place people under my wife if she does her little to no, maybe she does 1 a month, 5 a year, who knows? I'm doing a lot more because I'm focused. I have more skill sets to do that since I have online and offline skill sets. Well, what if I put an additional 20 people below her? She's going to see all of that, right? And I was like, okay. If that works, well, I'm going to stick your in-laws here. So, why stick in-laws there? Well, she's an only child, and my in-laws are low income and retired. I was like, well, shoot, I can definitely sponsor you 3 people. I can help you with that. My in-laws see these 3 people. I was like, well, I got another 20 people. Let me just give you 20 people in here. over whatever set amount of time, a month, a week, who knows, right? So then now my in-laws see all of this and they collect all the commissions of that. All of it, right? There's no match, there's no if you do that. No, you just collect. As long as you do the base minimum of coming in as a person who wants to do business and have their own main ownership. Now, most people dislike this type of thing because, not most, some people have an aversion to this because they're like, oh, you're only making money off of reps. Well, this company, the rep to customer base is 1 to 8. So I'm only drawing you the rep diagram. I'm not even drawing you the customer diagram. So yeah, each person is their own customer. They can buy more or less, whatever, over $100, who knows. But each customer on average has 1 to 8 customers. And we allow in this business customers to bring in more customers because why? You bring in 3 people, you get it free. As in a customer who loves the product, it's like, I'm not a good recruiter, can go out and find their friends who want to use the product with them. If they find 3 at the same level, they get their free product. So you basically can even just not even look at this and just build a whole tree of just customers. People who want to get 3 to get their free products every single month. Now you have a double dip of customers and rep. Remember I was talking about most companies, they're not going to be able to sell their product outright. The only way people make it on top is if they sell the product through the rep. Well, this has a 1 to 8 customer relation. This is what I'm talking about. And number 3, I wanted to put my dad here, right? So all 3 of these, I feel like I can, maybe throw, the 30 people over here. Help my dad, right? Here's the cool thing. This organization, first rank, is where you start off as long as you come in as an executive, okay? The executive was like 500 with a minimum of like $100 of purchasing products that month, okay? Now, normally, if you have about 24 people, that gets you to the second rank, okay? That second rank gives you a BMW. They give you a $600 lease to a BMW per month or a $300 check per month. So either a lease with a BMW or $300 per month. So you can pick either one. If you already have a BMW, you might be able to just use this. They'll pay for it. If not, you can go with the purchase of one or a lease of one. If not, you can get $300. Okay. So my goal was, remember, $500 was the minimum I wanted to see if I can help my teams and my people. 24 reps, not even customers. Remember, 1 to 8. 1 to 8. I'm just talking about reps. Outside of that, 8 times 24 is however 160 customers, right? That's all rolling commissions. So I was like, I put in 30 for my dad. I can get probably a total of like 27 over here, maybe 33 over here, and maybe another 56 over here, right? 56, 20, 33. Just people doing a little bit. Not like me, not like sponsor a whole bunch of people at one time. That means here for 1, 2, and 3, I can get a BMW for each of the people I love. My wife, my in-laws, my dad. Now, my in-laws, they're traditional Chinese. They're driving a Camry, right? They can take $300. That's on top of all the rolling residuals. On top. So if they have 24 reps, each rep has, 1 to 8 on average. With all those customers, they're making some X amount of money, plus another $300 on top of that. I think that gets me closer to $500 a month. If I can do this for my parents, here's the kicker. Here's why I feel this compensation plan lends itself to something I really want to dive into, is helping. All right. How does someone like myself who can I've sponsored like 24 people in 20 minutes, right? Because I was doing a membership run, and I have these 2, 3, 4 people. It's my wife, my mother-in-law, and my dad, right? Now, how can I help them? I'm helping only my family. How do I help my teams? Well, let's say mother-in-law brings in her 3, right? Or I helped her. Who knows, right? And let's say just 1, 1. And then this is the second one. But now this one, let's say this one. This is a leader. Someone I didn't know, but somehow, somewhere came in and did this, because this type of business is actually lends itself to online and offline. So people seem to think, oh, you know everyone online. There's no way you can find leaders who don't join you directly. No. Most of my organizations that I've built in the past offline have come from people I have no clue where they were. And they're just offline people. They can barely check email, but they know how to sell offline. So this leader comes in and, pulls in let's say he pulls in 10 people under them, right? Remember I said 24 people is the minimum to get the BMW qualification. I'm like, this guy's a baller. Let me go ahead and help them by running contests. What that means is I go, in 5 days, whoever can get 3 people, I will give you a +1. Something like that. 5 days. So I give this to the entire, maybe I give it to this entire organization, or maybe all 3 organizations. I go, hey, whoever can get 3 people, I'll give you 1. Now, what does that even mean? Well, what that means is anyone who can get 3 people, I'm going to have extra volume. Why? Because there's something called a waiting room that has 60 days. See, in a traditional unilevel, when people come in, that position is set in stone, concreted in, done, superglued. When I sponsor all these people, or maybe I sponsor my first 3, I can put them anywhere within 60 days. Anywhere. So that means when I sponsored, let's say I sponsored this guy yesterday, and he came in and just told his friends he crushed it, right? Well, see, I have a waiting tank. I've sponsored people in the past. Remember, in the past, I've been working it. In the past, I have volume. I should have enough volume to say, I want to help that person out, but I want them to help themselves too. I run a contest. That contest goes, you get 3 people, ever get 1. A lot of people will run. Some people might get 0. Some people will get 5. Some people will get 2. These people might get 1. What if you run this contest and find out that this person, instead of just giving them the volume needed to get the BMW, they qualify on their own. Let's say they did it. Let's say in my waiting room, I had 5 people, right, who had $500 worth of volume, okay? And I go, hey, 5 days, you get 3, I'll give you another one for free. These people come in, and let's say one of them go ahead and brought in another $1,000 worth of volume, right? This person lost, but not really. They just got an extra volume. I can now put this person down here, and that counts as 2 people. 2 people, remember, coming at 500. He generated another $500 sale. So instead of giving you 2 people, I'll give you 1 person. This is how you maximize your thing. And I can do this helping because I have 60 days to place people. So I get rid of the squatters. So when a squatter comes up to me and goes, Lawrence, if I come in right now, do I get a good spot? I'm like, no, there's no guarantee, dude. What I'm going to do is I'm going to contest you out. I'm going to see where people are playing, where people are moving. Because if I find out this guy he got 30 people and crushing it, I want him to be rewarded. Let's say everyone came at the same day. This guy made 30, this guy made 10, everyone else did 1 to 2. I'm putting this 30 at the very top to help them. Why? They're going to stay in longer. They're going to make more money. Guess where their 30 people have to go? Remember, this person who brought in 30 only has 3 top spots. After that, it has to go down. There's no other way. This is how we help. We help with overflow. Yes. We only have 3 spots. After the 3rd spot, it has to go down. But the addition of adding a 60-day waiting period to physically set a position. Because if you've been in network marketing before, you know you bring someone in who thinks, oh, they're a stud. They're going to come in and blow it up. And they go there and do nothing. And then you have guys like, I'm really struggling. I don't know if I can pay next month. And you're like, this guy's not going to last. He comes in and destroys because he needs it. She needs it. Kills it. You're like, you know what? I'm going to reward you. I'm going to put you at top. All these other people who said they talked a big game and didn't, I'm going to put them under you. You know why? Because you only really want to work with leaders who perform. You want leaders to perform. That's it. Because no one really wants to work with 1,000 people and have 1,000 people calling you. Because, hey, you deserve my time. No, it's not like that. You work with leaders because they're paying you. That's how you get the attention of a leader. If they're paying you, they're going to spend more time with you. You understand that? Everyone else, I'm going to give you equal share of my time, but the most time is always going to be with the person who produces, and I'm going to reward you by sticking you on top because I have a 60-day window, right? And so you'll have this situation where you do these contests, and then people will self-generate their own BMWs. So I have a situation where I actually, let's clean this up. Let's just show you what real momentum is, okay? See, in about 20 minutes, I brought in about 24 people, okay? Those are just people that know me, not like leads or anything. Just people, because, I mean, it's part on the list, okay? 24 people. The next day, in 24 hours, that turned into, I think, 44 people. I only brought in 24. How did it double in 24 hours? It's called momentum. They understand in 60 days, there's volume to be had. So when people see this, they go, man, if I get with that leader, they're going to have a lot of volume. But remember, every person has their own volume. So even though, let's say there's me, and then I sponsor you, we each have a 60-day volume window. We each have a 60-day volume window. So let's say I bring in 50, and you bring in 10. These people actually on bottom, they're not shafted. No. Because there's no bottom until you're set. So these 60 people actually have a situation where they can actually be on top of the other 59. That, to me, is powerful. But this only works within a 60-day window before you do it again. But it keeps rolling because why? The next window is the auto ship window. The auto ship window kicks in. So people are actually buying in more products again. More people are rolling. You have the ability to leverage other people's teams, other people's time, other people's money. I believe this type of unilevel compensation plan with a 1-to-8 customer ratio can help your family, help your leaders, at minimum get them to $500 a month because a BMW is a $600 lease or a $300 check per month on top of the residual. I think this can work. I believe this can work. No squatters. Upline will help you with what we want to call the magic term again, overflow, which I believe is true overflow versus a binary. They're going to throw down these legs, which you can't even capitalize on that commissions. A true overflow is I have to bring people down below, but not because they came in earlier, but because they came in, let's say, a 30-day window. Because most of these people are going to be placed probably in 30 to 45 days. Last is 60. So you're going to have this window where there's 30 people, and let's say you came in and you came and bought some product. You came in and brought in $5,000 worth of volume your first month. And most people bring in like, let's say 1,000 their first month, right? And let's say everything was just set. Guess who's going to be on top? Even though this person came in later, they're never going to say, oh man, I came in late. Last week was the launch. No, this person's going to be sitting right here, and all these people will be right underneath that person once we have to set the teams. It's a chess match, right? And this is where real strategy comes in versus just plain dumb luck. Why? You will know who your leaders are, who should be compensated, and if you have loved ones, these 3 spots are going to have to be filled. What that means is there's going to be people down below these 3 main spots. You need to be bringing in your family members, your spouses, your kids who are old enough, because if they sit there and do the bare minimum being like 3 people in 30 days, that is the bare minimum. You get 3 people in 30 days, I mean, what can come out of here is ridiculous. And that's what I'm doing with my wife, my in-laws, and my father. I'm going to build them up to a point where they can do just enough to fill their end, do your end, talk to your friends, hook them up, because they're going to see that volume too if you run. But once I set these locks, I really feel like I can get my parents, my in-laws. You know, my in-laws, they're on Social Security and low income. Another $500 a month. Oh man, and that's like something that's, I want my kids to treat me like that. I want my kids to know if they have an opportunity to help me, I would love them to do it without me asking. And this is something I'm doing without them asking, because my mother-in-law is actually in Taiwan right now, and we said, hey, we're gonna build it for her. We're just gonna do it because everything has to go down below anyways, right? Which company is this? This company is called ViSalus. ViSalus. ViSalus Sciences, actually. And I'm not going into the product because we already know the company ratio is about 1-to-8 anyways, so people are going to buy it even if they're not in the business. That's the kicker, right? That's where real residual comes in. You don't want to just have your residuals based off of what your reps buy on an auto ship. It's what they sell to customers who might not even do anything except just consume a product or service. ViSalus does that. I'm not going to go into that because we're just talking about the money part. Where do you come in to make that money? And what I'm doing is I'm looking for leaders, right? Because I know any leader, 3 people in 30 days is nothing. I mean, it's just nothing. When you know a product can sell 1-to-8 to customer ratio, my goal is to find these leaders because I want to put them right under my parents because they have to go down, right? And the only way for me to rank advance, I have to build leaders. Guess who's going to get the majority of the volume to get to the rank advances? Leaders, right? Now, here is the coolest thing ever. Most of you know me, I've been online for a long time, and I sponsor a lot of people, and it's not just the first month. I sponsor every single month. What happens when the 60 days expires? What happens when it expires? Your team is set. It's like picking a draft. That means like 2012, the draft is done. Right? Right? It's done. Well, what happens in the 2013 draft? Well, you add to that team. You add to that team. So that means even after 60 days, we're going to have another block of people coming in, and they have to go under you. This is why it's critical now that we're launching. We launched a couple of days ago. It's critical you come in our 60-day window, preferably within the first 2 weeks, so we know you're a leader so we can give you priority. And if you're a leader and you come in after 60 days, there are some people up here who are going to get your volume who are going to be like, it is raining cats and dogs. You can physically print money because I came in, did my minimum, my upline saw that I was working, they had to put this leader somewhere, they put him under me, bam, BMW just popped in. So this is a reason why ViSalus can give away 25 BMWs per day. They are the largest BMW reseller in the country, and they're not even a dealership because they have so many people qualifying for a $600 car stipend for that. So 25 per day because they're able to stack people underneath each other, what I like to call the double dip. So this is a lot of information, but remember, my goal was 500 for my loved ones, for my leaders, for my family, and oh yeah, we can do double dipping, and I can crush out squatters, and I can crush out no upline because I'm going to help you. Now, see, squatters, some might say is, well, they came in the first 60 days, so the second 60 days, they're going to get volume. That is true. That is true. But squatters won't get the most love. But they will get some if they do their work. All I say is get your first 3 people in 30 days. If you can't do that, get me some customers. I have people who are fitness instructors. I have people who own coffee shops. And I'm like, I can't recruit a soul, but I can sell the living heck out of your product, right? And they're like, if it's 1-to-8, I'm going to be the person who brings in 1-to-16, 1-to-30. That's still volume. You still count. I'm going to help you, okay? My name is Lawrence Tam. Get with the person who brought you to this compensation overview. I know this is a lot to digest, But I'd rather you see this first before you put money down. I know some people like to do the research. I'm the guy who likes to do the research. And if I saw this first, I wouldn't have gone to binaries talking about helping with overflow, because that's not real overflow, right? Real overflow is when you can double dip into it without matching some crazy requirement to match the overflow. There's no matching overflow. Most of the time, you get 3 people, you physically qualify. Come in at $100 a month, $500 buy-in, you're good to go. You're going to have all this overflow with customers. This is just a rep diagram. There's actually a customer diagram per rep. All that volume compresses. I believe we can help out, and this is why I call it the matrix, because everything just comes together. My name is Lawrence Tam. Go with the person that brought you to this presentation. If you want to join me and my team, we are doing some crazy things. Find me on Facebook. My name is Lawrence Tam, or email me at lawrencemlm@gmail.com. Mother Larry Mother. lawrencemlm@gmail.com. Thanks for watching. Have a good one.